Good morning from the boathouse. Today's job is I'm going to fit a mast step or a mast insert into my trimarang to make rigging a bit more easy. Also, I'm commissioning another set of masts and sails on it, so we'll just have a quick look of what we're going to do and where we are to date. So the intention is I'm going to, I'll drill the hole into the bottom of the hull. I'm going to use this plate and I'm going to reuse the bolt that holds the hull to the arms. So I'll drill that correct size and that'll go in there, yep, similar to the back one, and that'll hold the plate in place, and then I'll glue and bond it. I'll show you the next bit now. I'll put the camera back on the tripod. There's my next project over there, the little trawler stroke crabber. That's my next little job, just bought that. But this job, I've got my copper plate, I've got a copper pipe, and that's how far it goes into the hull. So it goes right in the bottom of the hull of the central hull on the trimarang. I'm going to drill this so that passes through there, yep, and that'll fit, go somewhere like that, and then that will basically go right down the bottom of the hull, and this will be screwed and glued to the top of the hull, yep. 50mm copper pipe is the exact sliding fit for me. I think it's 11.5 aluminium tube mast. So the idea is it will fit, basically that goes in it's a nice tight fit, obviously. So that goes full depth into the hull. This plate goes over the top. Chop it off above there. It'll be a lot easier to rig, because the previous method it was just held on like a small ball, surface mounted, which was a bit. So yeah, that should be easier to rig. So I'll keep track of where we're getting to. So I'm just going to drill with there, I think it's about a 12. It's a blunt 12. Try with a sharp 10. I'll have to remount the hole with my burr, but at least we'll get a tight fit. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to pass that through, solder it, and then I'm going to blank the end off. Hello, day 2 and second attempt at the Robbe Triana new mast step base thing. It went a little bit wrong yesterday, drilled the holes in the wrong place, but I've redone it now, so we'll show you where we're at. So we've got the plate roughed out. That's the original fixing for the sponson. And then this is the clearance hole for the mast that sits right down into the hole. And then underneath there, I'm going to put the copper pipe, solder that to that. And I'm going to tidy up just round these edges off and form the plate over. And then obviously that'll be bolted. And then I'm going to stick it with some mastic in the bottom. And that means I'll be able to guide that mast deep into the hole, which again, it was surface mounted before on a little almost like a grease nipple, so it'll be easy to rig. So that's we're back to where we were yesterday, and obviously the other one I made is now scrap, but never mind. So I did I drilled a big hole in this position, which should have been the other way around, but anyway, we're all good. Good morning. So today I have soldered the tube to the supporting plate or base plate, if you like. So that's soldered on, and I've cleaned the hole out, and that now fits the bottom of the mast. So the next job is to put it to length, insert it in the hole, bolt it down, and then the mast can pop in, and that's that little job done. So when your mast support is in, so that's copper plate with a tube going into the hole deep inside, and then bolted through the original sponson arm, yeah. And now we're going to slip the sail in, mast in, and see if it's vertical, perpendicular. So that's a great fit. We can get plenty of adjustment fore and aft on the stairs and also laterally as well, so that's good. But the main benefit is this, the mast base used to sit on top of like almost like a grease nipple on the top. This way, you slot the mast deep into the hull, easy to rig and a bit more solid. So I'm very pleased with that. So I'll show you what we're going to do next. Whip this out. Just put my level on. Yeah, loads of movement. You have a little bit of rake back anyway. It's good. So the next job is, that's solder. I need to solder the end in, make it watertight, and if any water enters down through the mast, it won't go in the hole. So that's the next job. I'll just shape that round and it'll be a nice neat blanking plug. I'll let it cool down first. So this is the finished article. So that plate bolts onto the top of the hull. This tube goes inside the hull. The mast fits down the hole, and I've blanked off the end, soldered an end cap on. Okay, stop any water getting down there. And then I'll put a bit of sealant round here when I put it onto the hull, bolt it down, and the job is done. So see you on the next one when we do the rigging. Bye for now. So I've applied some, it used to be called CT1 or Tech 7, which is a really good adhesive sealant, to the base plate. I'm now going to insert that into the hull, so that'll glue it and seal it from any moisture getting in there. Get the bolt in. I'm not going to over tighten these because they're just brass inserts into fiberglass. That's enough. And that's squidged out nicely, so that's, we have a good seal. In fact, it's squidged out very nicely. Too nicely. So that's gone in really nicely. So that's the job done. I'll let that set, and then the next thing I'll set it up in the stand, and we will sort the rigging out. So the final task is to fit this set of sails to the trimaran, which are off another boat. So we'll see how that goes. So we made the mast, the base for the mast, which again goes, as I explained before, goes through into the bottom of the hull, which means that to rig this now, you simply put that in there, like so. Okay, so got the jib. The first job is to get the jib to hook up on the front, on the bow, which it, as you can see, it's a wee bit short, but we're not far off. So see how much I can get on these. No, not enough. So I'm going to have to start again with these lines here. Yeah. That's the first job. I can possibly fit the back stay. So we'll just see how that looks. So the back stay, which is here. Of course, everything gets in a tangle, as it does. So the back stay, make sure that's in line here, that's nice, and that will right, that won't work, so that will have to go onto the belly back. I do that was forward a bit. Yeah, right. So it's a bigger cell, so we'll have to devise something there. So I've fashioned a little bracket out of aluminium angle. Okay, and that'll take the connection for the rear stay, which should pop in there. Not too much weight on there. So that's the back stay in. Yep. There's plenty of adjustment on that. Yep. So what I'll do next is I'll get a connection for the jib and a forestay. Right. Come to that shortly. So I've got a hook onto the front pulley for the forestay, and I've put a terminated with a crimped eyelet on there, and then I've got a bowsy, so just I can tension the front. So that's front stay on, back stay on, and now I'm going to fit the jib, but I'll have to lengthen the sheets. Good evening. The trimaran Robbe Triana is now rigged and fully working, so we'll be taking a sailing tomorrow and probably do a video. So this is where we are. This is what we've achieved this afternoon. So we've got the mast now in a nice mast pocket. I've got the rear stay, rear bracket, front stay including the jib lines, down here, through there. And then we've got stays, we've got some spreaders for the main stays on the side, down to the sponson, and then we've got some outriggers coming midway off the mast, down to the corners. So that is now ready for action. So we'll see you in the next one, which will be the sailing finished article. So it's been a good day. If you like my videos, please like, please subscribe. Thank you very much. Ahoy.